Hey, it's Tony Tattoo coming at you from the wonderful Kildares in the deep southwest of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And we are here with Wideopenyyc. And on the dais today we have DJ Kaz.
Yay!
Dan the Rant Man Dan, Stephanie,
Hola.
and Lee. So, have you guys heard the term OK Boomer?
Yes.
All right, just let me finish now. So, just heard about it today. I had no idea. So let's break it down. What does boomer mean? And it means it's a description of a generational cohort. What's a generational cohort? It's a group of people born between a certain amount of time and a certain amount of time. We'll start out with people born between 1925, 1945. The greatest generation fought in the world wars. We all agree?
Yeah.
And then people born between 1946 and 1964, which I fall into one, are the baby boomers, generation of the most expendable cash at this point, and we'll work until we croak. Then we have people who were born between 1965 and 1979, Generation X,
Wow.
and they're just pissed off at everybody.
Bullshit.
Fuck that.
Bullshit.
You wait for comment now. And 1980, 2000, millennials are Generation Y, who are pissed about the world the boomers are leaving for them.
I'm not. But.
And then from the 2000s to the present, the Generation Z, or the new silent generation, so it's one big revolution. They go back to the people that were born between 1925 and 1945. Now the OK Boomer saying started in New Zealand Parliament with a 25-year-old who was definitely cut off by a senior heckler and she definitely just replied, she went, "Okay, Boomer," and then went on with her thing and basically shut the guy up. First of all, let's be clear, a bully is a bully is a bully. It doesn't matter what generational cohort you belong to. This is significant, and the thought process that the boomers have raped the planet, taken all affordable housing, so on and so forth, and blah, 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 blah. Now, to be clear, the greatest generation taught the boomers the work ethic and wanted us to do great things and be prosperous. There was a time when there was common sense, which has been lost over decades. And by the way, we're 53 days away from the next decade. Just let that sink in for a moment. So, thoughts? DJ Kaz.
Well, first of all, I'd like to read something about Generation X's. Because,
Somebody was prepared.
well,
Drinking and driving was fine until you guys got too uppity with it, and now we all got to wear seatbelts and shit.
Generation X is the quiet and unassuming middle child of two loud and outspoken generations. Gen Xers are sandwiched between the baby boomers and the millennials, two of the most talked about and over-analyzed generations. Each generation is slapped with a label, whether or not it's warranted. Gen Xers are the folks who were called the MTV generation and derided as slackers,
Not.
cynical,
Not.
ironic,
Maybe.
and disaffected. They listened to grunge,
No.
punk,
No.
and early hip-hop music.
No, God, no.
They were the baby bust generation and the ignored little brothers and sisters to the baby boomers who sucked all of the air out of the room.
Oh, that's true.
Gen X comprised of latchkey kids and the children of two working parents. They were the first group to experience living with divorced parents. Gen Xers bridged the gap between minimal technology and the beginning of the tech boom. They lived through the early days of the AIDS epidemic. That's all I'm going to say. And to be honest with you, I was taught a work ethic from the time I was able to walk. I was doing housework. I was doing odd jobs. I had a part-time job when I was 14. No slacking in this household. I think things can be generalized a little bit too much, but I'm just saying woohoo for the Gen Xers.
Yes.
There we go.
And I completely agree. I started work when I was 16 years old, and I had worked up until I got basically disabled and I couldn't work anymore. And let me tell you, when I couldn't work anymore, that would ruin my whole life.
Yeah.
But I agree. We were not slackers.
No.
Maybe a couple of them, they were not slackers. they were dopers.
Yep.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, Millennial Dan.
Not me personally. I was brought up in a hard-working household. People my age who say "okay, boomer," and they talk about. I saw a post just the other day. Well, it's not the generational thing. It's the fact that boomers were born in economic prosperity and they were able to afford houses, and there was all a construct of white supremacy and slavery and colonialism and blah, 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 blah. Look, the only people who actually fucking give a fuck and say, like, it's the boomers' fault, I can't afford a house. No, it's your own fucking fault. I have a house, and that's why I'm not blaming the boomers. Yeah, it is, when you break it down with minimum wage and average household income for people my age, it is more difficult to buy a house now. But just go out and fucking get it. Like, it's on you to blame somebody in their fucking 60s for your own goddamn self-worth and problems is absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's whiny bullshit. And it became out of my generation because I grew up in a house where I got slapped and I got spanked and shit like that, but a lot of people my age weren't. It was this new construct of let's not have winners and losers, let's not keep score, and now these people are in the real world and they don't know how to fucking deal with it. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean I can't have this and I can't have that? Because they've never been fucking told no. It was a parental experiment, and we're seeing the results of it, and it failed horribly. And I do feel bad for a lot of people because they're annoying as fuck, but they don't know any better. They were brought up poorly.
It's absolutely true.
Agreeable.
And I went through this with my dad. We actually like pieced it out. Yeah, like it was houses were cheaper back then when you were buying a house, but minimum wage was a fucking $1.25. You had a 30-year mortgage, and the interest was at fucking 20%.
Yep.
It actually all balances out if you actually do the math. Quit being a whiny cunt and blame yourself. I don't see millennials who have houses and jobs and are successful bitching about this. I see minimum wage fucking slacker bullshit on Facebook. Like, I don't see people who have their shit together complaining about boomers. I see fucking useless tit fuckers complaining about it. It's the same people who post motivational shit on their Facebook. It's like, the 2019 broke me. 2019 is going to be my year, and just keep your head up and all this. And that's all from the same people who don't have their fucking shit together. I don't... You know who doesn't need motivational posts on their Facebook? People who actually fucking get up and go to work every goddamn day and realize it's a life that you make for yourself.
Absolutely. And you know what?
Fuck you and your problems. Deal with it yourself.
I got to hand it to you, Dan the Rant Man, because the fact that your parents did you a favor and taught you common sense.
Paper route when I was 10, working at the movie theater when I was 14. I've never been out with a job. Never not had a job since I was 14 years old. And that's attributed to my parents. I grew up, I was lucky. My parents love each other. They're still together. I've never had to deal with divorce. Maybe that is factoring into it. Maybe I'm coming from some side of high share of entitlement and privilege because I did grow up poor, but I grew up in a very loving, caring household and a functional one.
Right.
But it's what you make it, man. I hate that. It's somebody else's fault. No, it's your own fucking fault.
Mr. Lee.
Did you want to?
Oh, I went in already.
Okay.
I just butted in.
Yeah, no problem. I guess I'll take a different perspective. So I would be like born in '70 and more of a Gen X, and I feel like I transcend a little bit. On the one hand, the generation before me, my parents, I remember as being a young kid, for me the biggest thing is our environment and what are we doing? I remember being a kid looking at how my parents were treating the earth and not just them but everyone, and like cans out the windows and biggest gas guzzling things and so I really think millennials have an aspect of we need to live according to what the earth is able to provide. I think that they are way more in tune than my generation and the generations before and after, and I applaud that. Like I think that the discourse is moving in such a way of entitlement and all of these things that I self-actualize as an individual. But we need to take the discourse to something that's bigger so that each of us monitor our carbon footprints and figure out how we're going to forge ahead forward. And millennials get it.
Okay.
And I think that others don't.
Okay, and that's a good point, and I appreciate that point. But in the boomers' days, back in the 60s and 70s, we had a milkman who delivered milk to our doorstep. We used paper bags, but we stopped using paper bags and invented plastic bags because we were trying to save the trees and save the forest. So here we are again in a revolution of plastics and plastics. I just think, again, as we talked about a long time ago, and still reiterate it, let's clean the plastics out of the oceans. Let's take care of Mother Earth. Let's take care of what we got. But the thing is that where we're at now, it was because we were trying to solve a different problem at that time. So, again, it's like where does it stop? Where does it end? It doesn't. It keeps revolving.
And also, don't forget, back in the day, if something broke, we repaired it. It got repaired.
Right.
We didn't just go out and buy something new and put what was broken onto
Right.
on the curb. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Clothes. Hand-me-downs.
Nowadays it's a throwaway
Yeah.
society.
Yeah.
Where back when I was growing up, if something broke, we fixed it.
Yeah.
Right.
My dad taught me everything I needed to know to become a woman of the world, and
Yeah.
I didn't have to rely on a man.
Yeah.
So if something broke, I took it apart and I fixed it.
Yeah. Cool.
But nowadays it's like, oh, it's broken.
Yeah.
Just gonna toss it and buy something
Yeah.
new. So there's that as well. There's hardly any recycling of like big appliances and
Right.
all, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's just,
Repair what you had.
yeah.
So to kind of expand on that is repairing things, and we did the same thing. There was
Yes.
nothing that was wasted.
No.
We had a bacon fat can, we had a chicken fat can, we had a beef fat can.
I
we
still
had
do that.
There was nothing wasted. We never used nothing went to waste, and that because our parents had nothing when they grew up, and everything that they had. My parents came from Saskatchewan farming, so I was raised on a farm, so raised to put some hard sweat into it,
Exactly.
and at the end of the day, just reap the rewards, the benefits of your word. We had our own garden. We never bought vegetables.
Yeah.
We canned it. We raised it.
That's
We
right.
canned it. And so, I mean, now you can't go out and buy. Why does it cost more to buy organic vegetables than it costs to buy the ones that are raised on steroids, this,
Yeah.
that, and all kinds of other herbicides and shit like that?
Because
That is a complete farce.
It is.
it is not a complete farce.
Why?
Because you have a field this big, and without pesticides, you harvest a crop that's this big. Because a lot of that shit rots out or has some sort of bug attacking it. So you use the pesticides and you can harvest a bigger crop. You have more, so you can sell it for less. It's supply and demand. That's literally like basic fucking shit. That's why we're like, well, how come potatoes, French fries cost less than fucking pineapple chunks? Well, because fucking local pineapple tastes like fucking corn. Because pineapple doesn't fucking grow here. You gotta grow it somewhere else. It takes a lot of water. You gotta ship it here. You gotta someone pick it. I can plant a potato in my backyard. I can't plant a pineapple tree. That's why it costs more. You live in Canada. Fruit and
No, I'm
vegetables
talking about
cost more.
organic
Talking about
vegetables.
organic.
Organic, local
produce.
Because
produce.
you can't produce as much. Because you don't yield as much.
But
Because of disease and because of bugs.
But
Because
with all that, with all the pesticides and all the hormone growth, you also got new first world diseases to go with it.
like what?
We got Crohn's. Crohn's is a first world disease. My husband has Crohn's.
Okay.
It is nowhere else on this planet except for first worlds. Cancer is on the rise because of hormone induction in the pesticides, so on and so forth.
So they don't have that kind of stuff in like sub-Saharan Africa?
Crohn's? No, there is no Crohn's in third world countries.
Perfect. You don't want Crohn's? Drink goat milk and goat blood. That's what they do. They shank the goat a little bit and they mix in the blood with the milk.
But they feed goats here with hormones.
I will eat hormone meat every day of the week if I don't have to drink goat milk and goat blood to sustain myself.
But
That's a trade-off.
don't you find the taste is different, Dan? Have you eaten hormone-free chicken and hormone-injected
He just did
chicken?
today.
Speaking of eating chicken,
The Better Butcher has great chicken
we
and
got
they have
a
great meat.
We got a chicken cook-off we're doing here today. Mine's getting cold. I think we should do this chicken cook-off right now. It's a good segue.
Let's do it.
Okay, sounds good.
So, we finally made it to our chicken cook-off challenge. You know, Dan threw the gauntlet down about a month and a half ago, and so we are going to do that first. We're going to get that out of the way before we get into what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to set it up to where we got Lee and Stephanie, and we got Chef from Kildares and Silverado, and also Steve. They're going to get blindfolded. We're going to put some chicken out for you guys. You guys are going to try it out. You won't know whose it is, and we'll do a taste test, and you guys will score accordingly. What do you think about that?
Sounds good.
Good?
I haven't eaten breakfast, so I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right, so we're going to get to it. Okay. Tony Tattoo back at you. Dan the Rant Man's behind the cameras right now. So what we're going to do is we got 4 contestants here that are going to try the chicken, and they're going to give us the results. They're going to tell us the best tasting, best flavor. And also, this is Dave, the chef from Kildares. He's an amazing chef. His food is awesome. And Dan and I, whoever picks the Dan or myself or my chicken or his chicken, we'll face off against Chef for next shooting. Okay, good. So let's go.
All right.
Take it.
Pick the worst one.
Going dark. Let's do the dark. Do the dark first.
It's cold.
Well, I was told 2 o'clock and it's now 3 o'clock, so, you know, production errors.
Actually, it's 2:43.
That is nice.
Yeah, nice flavor.
It's tender.
Yeah, tender.
Not bad.
It's a little cool, but I can, a little bit warmer. This is nice.
It is.
I could eat it.
There's 11 herbs and spices in here.
No, if that was Kentucky Fried, it'd be dripping all over the plate.
Trust me. I know my KFC. This is not
Yeah.
KFC.
Okay, should we try the other one, the light one?
Yeah, let's do a comparison before I start.
Eat
Yeah,
it
should
all.
Now,
take a drink first, cleanse your palate. Cleanse the palate.
We need to be fancy.
Dave's a professional chef. He doesn't have to. He's just critiquing it on his own right now.
Don't have any water.
Alrighty. Number 2. Excuse me. Is it bad to orgasm on camera?
No?
We just gotta post it to a
Oh,
Where are your safety
my
glasses?
God. That is so good.
I'll have what she said.
These are good, eh?
So, Chef, your initial impressions?
Oh my God.
I'm with her. Delicious.
Orgasmic, both of them.
A little bit drier than, of course, the dark meat, because it's white and less fat. Flavor-wise, it's great. They're both really good. It's hard to see which one is the best, because they're both great flavor. The nice and crispy. The skin is good. Good coating, good flavor. Yeah, they're both excellent.
But if you had to pick, Chef,
If I had to pick one for myself personally, I would take the one with the dark meat.
okay,
'Cause I prefer the juiciness and the
right,
flavor.
go for the
Just a little
dark.
better.
Weezer.
I agree with everything you said. They're both tasty, both great flavor. There's a difference in the coating. This is a little more crunchier, flakier, and this is a little more of a tighter, almost like a shake and bake kind of style, I guess, if I could say that. If I had to pick, I think I'd pick this one. You're right, the white meat is a little drier
Yeah.
than the dark meat, so it's.
So we have one dark, one white.
Yeah, I think this. This is my choice.
Steph.
Do I have to really? I
You-
orgasm.
That's orgasm.
I orgasm.
That's orgasm on the white.
Really have to.
This one.
That'd be the white.
That would be the white.
Yep. So
It's very, very,
two
very.
white, one dark.
I mean, look at that. That's awesome. That's like perfection.
I had a piece. I agree. Lee.
I realize that I can force a tie or make the call here. You know, here's what I have to say. I think that I think I'm going with the lighter one, and I think we've declared a winner then with the lighter one. However, I don't want to let this guy go because it is phenomenal. I actually prefer the herbs and spices are sharper on the darker one. But this one, it was cooked to perfection. It was really juicy and and it just the presentation. Had this one been just a little bit warmer, maybe we would have got a few more points. Very close though.
I mean, if you're going after like a nice fast food chicken, this is what this tastes like, and it's really, really good. And I like my KFC, and I like my chicken on the way. So I'm not going.
All right.
That's what I really enjoy. But
That's better than chicken on the way.
Wait.
well, yeah. I mean, I'm just making
The
comparisons.
dark one's better than chicken on the way.
Oh, definitely.
For chicken on the
Definitely.
way, you need to have it swimming in oil.
Grease.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true. That's
And
true.
KFC has to be swimming in salt.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
I mean, like KFC, you definitely can taste those flavors. But I mean, oh my god, even for white meat, this is so juicy. It's so
So
good.
Dan, I've got a question for you.
What's up?
Did you brine yours before cooking?
Oh, you'll see my whole recipe. I videotaped
So you
myself.
brine it?
Yeah. You'll see the whole
I brine
recipe.
mine,
Yeah.
Did you brine it or just on one?
Yeah, you got to brine.
Did you video
Yeah.
No.
I videotaped all of my cooking, so you'll see the recipe for the loser dark video, which was mine.
Oh, too bad.
Tony,
Congratulations, Tony.
Tony, the big wiener.
It's on.
I'm going to go way
And are we
different than
going with chicken again, or are we
Although I'm
doing
not
something
pointing out the
different?
professional of the panel picked.
Yes, you're.
Fair point. Good game.
Hey, I know my food.
We'd like to thank you all for participating.
Yeah, everybody likes to eat. Yeah.
Thank you, Dave, head chef at Kildares.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for
And
including me.
again, best food on this side of the southwest of Calgary, Alberta. All right.
Thanks.
Wonderful.
So Tony and I are doing this fried chicken cook-off thing. What Tony doesn't know is that I have no fucking idea how to cook fried chicken. So I called Skip the Dishes because that's just fucking way simpler than whatever the hell Tony's gonna be doing all day. I'm gonna wrap it up in a separate box, pass it off as my own, and we'll see if we can't pull a fast one on old Tony Tattoo here.
Hey, we're back. We're back because I want to discuss something. I want to discuss something that
You won! You won the chicken contest!
Oh, not talk about that. Yeah, no, gifts. You
I
know.
can't believe you didn't save me some chicken.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
you
my
know what?
chicken
But-
wasn't hormone free. I didn't think you'd like it.
I still wanted to try it.
Oh, see. Oh.
I thought
Here
it
we
was
go.
your sidekick.
Methodology. Number 1. Never serve anything cold. Number 2. Number 2. Always use the best ingredients you can find. And that's it. And so, anyway, I'm sure Lee is just busting to talk about something that I think that we all think that's going to be freaking great here, and we're going to talk about edibles for a second. Lee, go.
Edibles. Well, edibles, as we know, is now a legal product, and I have to say that as a person that has severe reactive arthritis, it's another way to consume cannabis and CBDs in a way that is pleasant. Frankly, I have a butter maker, and you can make palm oils, you can make butter, you can infuse any oil with cannabis and do your own home cooking, and you can do math way better. There's a great Netflix series under the Rotten series on Netflix. It speaks to how edibles really, as we go into the market in the US and Canada, there is a gap between where the federal and provincial governments are regulating edibles. And so, in all honesty, right now it's not perfectly safe. There is a gap that exists between the two jurisdictions where your consistency with your edibles are not always going to be 100%. As we move forward with regulation, we're going to see more of that. But the point being, it's incredible. The science behind edibles are amazing. I won't go into all the details, and I don't know them all. But when you harvest cannabis through edibles, you go through a carbonization process or decarbonization process where you activate the THC into one form, and then when you cook with it, it actually goes into even another form. So it's really a nice slow burn and just a gentle way to enjoy your cannabis along with your food.
So what they're talking about with levels. So because you have
That's gonna be have to put on the
so
packages.
yeah, so you
Nutritional
got
facts,
you got
right?
beer,
That's
you
right.
got 5% alcohol, you got
exactly.
whiskey, you got 30%.
Basically what they
But you
want.
buy a cookie, and there's no way to tell if you're getting a dud or if you're getting a firecracker.
Wait, yes and no. I mean, like that's what they're trying to regulate
Oh, okay.
right now. So I mean, me, for instance, I don't even go through the butter or cooking process. I just grind it up and put it in my butter.
Oh yeah?
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh.
Nom, nom, nom.
I was just gonna say, you look bursting at the seams.
I make powder and then I make cookies. That's
Interesting.
We're gonna have an edible cook-off.
Oh.
I would be
But
totally
let me
into
tell
that.
you, it
The heat is on.
Yes, it's a toss in the
So
pot.
Leah and Stephanie, you
So
guys
a
gonna
half
go
of
on?
one.
I would be happy to do that.
Excellent.
Okay, Leah and Stephanie, it's on.
But the only bad thing about just making it into powder, you hothouse the whole house. Ask Tim.
You hot house the whole house.
Oh God, when it's baking.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I was a happy camper as I was baking and Tim.
Tell me
Tim,
you're
were you
doing it for
eating
research for the
He's
show,
like, were you
right?
eating
That'll be
it?
that's
Oh,
all.
no, I'm just baking.
Leo will let you use his house.
That's right.
What are you, apart from the butter, what are you making? Like cookies and...
Oh, you can make anything.
Oh, and so here's a list of some of the things that I've made personally,
Yeah.
including different cakes, cookies, muffins, all of those things from banana breads to brownies to cookies, including super healthy cookies with ground up. Like you ground
Oh, yeah.
up
See, no,
your
sounds-
Vitamix, you get spinach and everything. Like
I'd try one of those.
it's a completely nutritious
make
thing.
fudge.
Now,
See, all the edibles are sweets. Can you do anything savory?
So that's what I was gonna say. Is the real cool thing though is when you infuse your pasta sauce with some
yeah, you can
palm
cook
oil.
with it, too.
You put, instead of butter mixed in with your pasta, you put some like you can have a good meal and
So if
end
you
up
want to get all
wherever you
your
want
guests
to be.
completely happy, that's what you do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you want to do something, if you want to get somebody really, really happy, is that you stick about 2 grams of mushrooms in spaghetti sauce. Tell you what, you got yourself a party, people.
That is
I've
not
done that.
federally regulated, and
Not yet.
I would not
Not
be
yet.
able to condone that as a legal activity.
We were stupid and young, man. We were young and dumb.
It
You know,
grows in-
meanwhile, what's
grows in the ground,
the
it's
most
probably
fun
fine.
thing is that basically you're sitting there going, so what do you think of the pasta sauce? Oh, it's very good, man. Maybe like, going, okay.
It grows in the
Wait
ground.
for it.
It's probably fine.
You missed that, Dave. When
How do
we
you
were
feel?
having edibles
As soon as I walked in,
between
I,
these
as
two.
soon as I walked in,
Yeah.
I kind of figured we
It's
were
on
going
between
to
these two, right there.
As
That's
soon as he
why.
said cookies.
That's why I kind of fell down when you said, "Oh, I did that."
Yeah, totally. I'll try that
My
one.
favorites are
you not remember
the
our
actual jelly
conversation?
beans.
One bite.
I love the jelly beans and the gummy
Gummies.
bears.
The
That's
gummies.
all.
Yeah.
A friend of mine makes
I
jelly
made
beans.
so
What is it about that stuff that dries up your spit? You know, like you're like, I've tried that, and you know, also no, you know, first of all, you know, I'm sitting there and be like, okay, do a quarter, okay,
Well, that was your own
and then
fault.
okay, do
My-
a half,
Yes.
my-
okay, do 3/4. No, mine's do the whole thing, and all of a sudden it's like fucking
my own
the fuck.
Yeah, it takes about an hour because you're ingesting it.
Yeah.
You're not smoking it, so it's not going into your lungs and immediately into your bloodstream.
Where were
It's
you
going-
before I did that? For fuck's sakes.
Why don't you
Research
you
it.
know
yeah,
what?
research it? Give me a phone call. I do some with you. It's all good.
All right, you know,
And
when,
then-
when I get high again, I'll give you a call and
Oh, there you go.
get some guidance.
See,
Either
now-
one of you.
When I want to party, it's mushroom. When I want to go to sleep, it's edibles.
Okay, all right. Whoa. Here's something. I want to discuss.
Are you going to
We're
get
ta-
involved in the edible cook-off? Will you try it
We're,
with me?
we're doing an edible cook-off?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
yeah, that's what we're doing.
See what happens when you leave us unsupervised.
No, we may have to do that somewhere else.
Yes.
Kildares
Yes.
may, and I'd be
Yes.
happy to host it, but
I-
Kildares
okay,
may have a
We
fair enough.
definitely have to do it
I'm
elsewhere.
not a lawyer, but I will draw up a contract.
No.
Edibles illegal.
You,
I'm not doing drugs at Lee's house.
Just bring some of your chicken.
Yeah, there you go.
Hormone-injected chicken.
By the time they're done,
I've heard rumors.
They'll be willing to eat the asshole of the chicken before.
I've heard rumors and innuendo about vision quests and all kinds of things. I'm not doing drugs at your house.
Oh boy.
So anyways, you were
Oh,
saying-
come on, that's not bad.
Yeah, what I was saying is that talking about mushrooms, and I've had conversations with Kaz recently about, and to me,
No.
I did a gram of mushrooms and then you party with the gods, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, so did you ever feel out of control when you did a gram of mushrooms?
No, never.
So how did you feel? How did it make you feel?
It made me happy.
Yeah.
I could party. The only bad thing is once in a while I got a little hallucinogenic and I almost got myself in trouble one night because I went to the bathroom right after it kicked and it was Londonderry.
Oh, you were in public.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, see that. Oh, okay.
We were
I
at
get it.
MJ's that night, and there was a larger lady who had a little bit of acne on her face, and I swear to God, her zits were growing, and I had to tell her. I'm like, did you realize your zits are growing? And she's like, you took the mushrooms. Oh, fuck yeah. And that's the only reason why I'm alive today. She knew.
Yeah, no shit, right? Oh my God. MJ's Roadhouse, meanwhile, because I'm going to shamelessly promote my own band, MJ's Roadhouse turned into Century Casino. Dirty Deeds is going to be there December 14th, rocking it out the house. And Lee, you got to come up there for that one. Yeah, you get a lot of fun.
I'll bring some
It's the most fun you
edibles
can
and
have. It's the most fun you can have your clothes on.
I'm going to definitely try to be there.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, we can.
And by the way, and also we want to make
I
mention-
won't be at your show. I don't need fucking drugged up chicks running around
Easy.
popping zits and shit.
Okay, but while we're shamelessly plugging,
Hey, that was in
Sounds like a great
That
time.
was
Trying to find
80s.
hormone-free chickens.
Yeah,
while we're shamelessly plugging our own,
you'll
band,
catch them because they got no hormones. They're all skinny little weaklings.
Oh my God.
You get that hormone, that big fat hormone chicken. It's more bang for your buck. You can't even taste the hormones.
You go to the Better Butcher, get hormone free, and it still looks like foghorn leghorn.
Or the
okay?
Hutterites.
But it's
Oh yeah, Hutterites
What
are
it's doing
great chicken.
inside your body,
Awesome.
Dan.
I can't see inside my body. Who gives a fuck?
I think it was all those hormones that made me pick your chicken.
No, there's
I
the
could
hormone
taste- I
free.
could taste. No, I know, but I could taste the hormones in
There
your
you
Oh,
chicken.
okay.
go.
There you go.
People don't
Okay,
like
so
power.
point number 3. Number 1, hot. Number 2. And on we go. Dan, I'm going to give you an opportunity to you know what? We're really excited about this New Year's Eve because
Yes.
Dan's band is going to be playing here at
Yes.
Kildares. Tell us about it.
I'm playing here at New Year's.
Thank you for that, Dan, and
band
thank you for expanding on
What's
that.
the name of his band?
You ask him. I don't know.
He's not telling me.
Johnny Blackout.
There you go.
We're doing some 90s pop punk stuff. It's a good time. I take old 80s shit and like hype it up for you fucking boomers and shit.
Gen X.
Oh, sorry. Gen X. But apparently no grunge, no punk, and no early hip hop. Like the best things that came out of your generation.
You know what? No.
No, yeah.
I grew up in the 80s. That was hair metal was my thing.
Yeah, see, hair metal is gone, but hip hop is still here.
Man,
Case closed.
hip hop sucks.
Hip hop's not what hip hop used to be. It's like
Hair metal never went away.
No, it did.
No.
No.
Yeah,
It's
Skid.
called classic
Yeah.
rock.
Oh yeah.
Classic rock.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Skid Row and Warrant are touring right now.
Yeah, actually, Sebastian Bach is.
Yeah.
And he got Skid Row back together. So
He got Skid Row back
yes,
together.
Yes, he did.
That's pretty cool.
So there
See?
you go.
See?
One out of 100. Because I haven't seen Rat.
Hey, I would just like to ask you,
Yeah.
as a schooled a human being, forget the generational thing. What do you think of this fucking type of dancer going on right now?
Well, I love it.
Where can we serious from?
Music is near and dear to my heart, but I gotta say, I'm trying to relate to, I've left the 80s and the 90s
Money
way
years?
back in the 80s and 90s, so
You were a preppy, weren't you?
no, I was more of a jockey kind of, dipping into the heavy metal kind of.
Were you
He was the one guy who used to kick the shit out of us.
But the thing that's
Long
key
hair fucker.
right now is it's my daughter's 12 turning 13 and music is a huge thing, so you're trying to never mind all this cool stuff. I'm just trying to figure out
What the new stuff is.
Ed Sheeran and stuff like that.
Oh, you know what? I actually got a funny story
Sheeran.
about
Sheeran, not Sherwin.
got a funny story about that. Is that we played Led Zeppelin for some in-laws of mine when they were younger, and they were going, "What is this new band? It's awesome!" And I was like,
In-laws? You were married before me?
no, sorry, not in-laws. Sorry, my nieces. My in-laws.
Your family.
My family.
Yeah.
My family. Also, great job by the Flames with a 5-2 romp over the Devils. And you know what? Big Guns must have heard Coach Peters, who gave the team a piece of his mind Wednesday. And it seemed to have taken. Frolic was a scratch, thank God, because he hasn't produced dick. Monahan, Goudreau finally earning their couple of points there, tied at Edmonton at 22 points. Lee, thank you for the tickets. That was a great game.
Yes, thank
It was a
you.
good
It
game.
was a fun night.
It was fun.
Anyway, this has been Wide Open YYC. I would love the time we have. DJ Kaz, Dan the Rant Man, Stephanie, Lee. We will be back here in 2 weeks. And remember to check us out on YouTube and
Facebook.
Instagram, Twitter if you have to. Facebook's the best place to get a hold of us if you really want to make a
Because
comment
we're
about us.
all old.
Yeah, because we're boomers.
And if you have some edible recipes, send them in to the website. If you wanna see your recipe made online in a couple weeks, send your recipe in.
So that way, and also sign a disclaimer and disclosure and give it to Lee because he'll probably use it anyway and make $1 million.
I'll use
So-
it, but whatever.
With that being said, you know what? This week, just be nice to everybody. Keep it between the ditches. Be nice to somebody. Give somebody a hug. Give somebody a touch.
Yeah.
And we will see you in 2 weeks.